Here we go. One woman, four families who never asked to be on TV in the first place. Let's do it! Our first stop is Houston, where they show cows. You're never going to see a cow if you go to Houston. You're going to see highways. You're going to be in one part of town, and someone's going to tell you, wait a minute, you're 2 hours from me, and I'm in Houston too. I am on the road. Assemble the group chat. I'm coming to Cleveland this weekend. Get your mamas, your papas, your sisters, your brothers. If you like what I do here with the Bachelorette, you're going to love the live show. Hit the linky poo, assemble the group chat, let's go. Get the tickets. So it is Devin's hometown, and he tells Jenn he's going to introduce her to his run club. I can't think of a group of people that I would want to meet less than the run club. I'd be like, Devin, thanks for inviting me. I'm going to head home, tell your parents I got the sniffles or something. We'll just cut it clean right here. Enjoy your run. I'll be at home watching a movie. Okay, the run club thing started 5 minutes ago. Are we supposed to believe that Devin is so close with his run club people that they're making shirts in his honor? Did they all just have no friends and immediately were like, we are now the best of friends to cover up for the last 20 years where we didn't have any friends? I gotta hand it to Devin. It takes a lot of confidence to bring someone to a run club because you gotta deal with like a lot of insulting questions. Like this guy tells people he's in a run club and they're probably like, you? Real? Oh, runner. Oh, like a run walk thing or like you run the whole time? Good for you. Wouldn't have seen it. I wouldn't be able to handle that because I would get that a lot. Evan is a confident dude. Like I wouldn't receive the shirt and change right here. I would be in those bushes back there. I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm just going to put on the shirt back here. Yeah, no. You guys get started. I'll be putting on the shirt somewhere behind this poison sumac. Now they're off for what I would describe as the worst date you could ever be on. Just looking to your side, your double chin showing, jostling a lot, trying to talk while you're out of breath. I think this is hell on earth. And now they're grouped in with everyone else and talking, and they're all just listening into their conversation. Like, so, will your dad you don't really speak to be there tonight? Oh, we can talk about it later? Cool, I guess we'll talk about non-personal things while the whole group is 4 centimeters away from us. A jog is also not a very sexual look. Like, this is pre-fantasy suites, and this guy, he did a little hop. Oh, no. That's not gonna look good. She did one too. Oh, God, they're never gonna fuck. The run club did not do Devin any favors with the material of the shirt. They could have gone $5 more and gotten like an athletic material. Instead, they went cotton. And now Devin looks like he was just sitting in a sauna with his shirt on. You can tell the run club was getting a little annoyed with them. They're like, okay, we're going to start moving now. It's harder to keep slower with you and the cameras than it is for us to do our normal run. You guys just kiss here. We're going to be on our way. This guy's asking him questions. He is sweating his ass off. If I'm him, I'm like, hey, Poindexter, go and work on your 5K. I'm literally sweating so much it looks like I'm wearing a tie-dye shirt. Stop bothering us. They're like, bye, guys. The run club's like, thanks a lot. We had 1 hour today to get our workout in, and we spent it hanging out with you and asking you about a chick that you haven't even banged yet. Bye. I guess we'll burn those calories another day. Jenn gets introduced to Devin's dog. The dog's like, you guys smell like shit. I'm running away. Maybe changed into the other shirts. So we're back in Houston. Devin has described his home life with like single working mom like it was like going to be down an alley. And here we are in Mayberry. It's decorated like he's graduating high school during COVID. So we're getting Devin's mom, Jenn, his dad, Timo, who he has told us has been in and out of the picture. That's his grandpa, the grandma Phyllis. No one has ever looked more Phyllis than Grandma Phyllis. No one has ever Phyllised harder than this Phyllis. So Devin's like, I think that's it. Then he's like, Oh, and your stepdad, Todd. I thought Phyllis was the most Phyllis I've ever seen a Phyllis be Phyllis. This is the most stepdad face I've ever seen on a face. Todd. I can see Devin yelling at him. Whatever you say, Todd. So she gives mom the flowers. They all say hello. And look at stepdad Todd ends up with the flowers in his hand. This is his job for the night. His job is to hold the flowers, don't say a word, nod when everyone agrees, laugh when everyone laughs, but a little bit later to make sure everyone's laughing, and then talk to his mom after everyone's gone. That's stepdad Todd's job. You can tell Devin's dad had issues with the mom because he is being as good as possible. Like, no dad who's done no wrong would sit on this couch in that spot. This is an away game for this dad. He's got to be next to his ex-father-in-law in the middle seat. If this were his home, he'd be on a big throne. Nope. He has been banished to middle seat of a couch that should only sit three. I feel for the dad because all we've heard about is how he was this, like, man about town. And look, at the editing doesn't do him any favors. They're like, we'll show the fox because the dad's as sly as a fox. So they say goodbye to the whole family, and I do have to say, they do seem like a mismatch. This guy is like, yo, did you see Jen's ass? And she's like, I think I will give her my Kohl's cash. And then Todd's like, beer is good. Don't you guys like a nice IPA? I'm stepdad Todd. So we're in Fairfield, Connecticut with Jewish Jeremy. He brings her to this lake that looks like it's out of a Netflix murder mystery documentary. It's like he wants to show he's a bad boy. He's like, my mom doesn't let me come here, but I'm a big boy now. I don't care that there's a lot of broken glass here. They go to a Stu Leonard's, which is like the Publix of Westchester in Connecticut. It's like a grocery store with a personality. And they react like it is night at the Apollo. Like, oh my God, there's faces on the milk. Are you kidding? This is a 10-minute date to me. This is a 10-minute, get a donut, get an ice cream, nothing else to do. Can you imagine how annoying it would be if you went to the grocery store to like rush in and rush out to get something and these two are playing catch with the avocados and you're like, please move out of the way. I have to get home so that I can do my workout class. The kids are getting back from school in like 2 hours, please. So now they're working at the Stu Leonard's and Jeremy is bagging the groceries. He might be the last person I would ever want bagging my groceries. I don't want some guy who went to summer camp whose mom still tells him he looks handsome in his 30s and probably still does his laundry to be like bagging this stuff. He doesn't know how to do it. He's going to put the eggs at the bottom. He's going to start telling stories. My mom wouldn't let us get Gushers growing up because she said there was too much artificial flavors. Now they take a lobster roll with hot butter on it and they try to Lady and the Tramp it. That's not going to be a Lady and the Tramp item for me. I'm going to do my own thing with the lobster roll. I'm also going to not want to get the butter on my shirt. Yeah, there's a lot of problems here. This is more problems than solutions. Let's each have our own. We'll Lady and the Tramp, maybe a piece of celery or something cleaner. And then Jeremy sees his aunt, which, yeah, I'm not going to believe this is an accident at all. Jewish aunt who happens to be at Oh, you're here? Oh, your mother said you weren't coming till next week. I came to get a brisket. Oh, I guess you're here. Is this the lady we've been hearing about? Yeah, I had no idea you'd be here at the same time with cameras. Okay, here's Jewish Jeremy's family. Here he is. There's the mother. Big hug. Okay, when's the mom going to yell at her to take her shoes off? That would be my mom's first move. My mom would be like, wait, take your shoes off. I just had the cleaning lady here. Get them off. So I would describe Jeremy's mom as having the face of a woman who says the word mishigas a lot. She's got mishigas face. just walking into rooms and going, "What's with the Michigas in here?" Jeremy decides to tell the story of what he said when he came out of the limo. And it wasn't a good limo entrance. Overcompensation. That he said he had a big penis. That I'm like a really big. And he's going to tell it at the dinner table. And yeah, the mom not happy about it. Doesn't find it fun. Look at the sister. She's practicing her Michigas face. She's like, Jeremy, how could you? I have to go back to Brandeis and talk to my friends after this. So they're having fun, but you can tell the mom is not into this. This is, look, I mean, that is the face of, do you think she'll convert? I don't know. Will she bar mitzvah the kids? I don't think so. I'll just drink my wine and hope this Michigas clears up real quick. So now the sister's going to pull aside Jenn, and she looks like someone I would be very scared to talk to. She looks like she's about to be like, Jenn, tell me, the Middle East, go. You can tell the sister doesn't see this happening. Look at this.
Do you really feel like you can see a future with her?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, he just answered with the passion of someone who said they were going to fast over Yom Kippur. Yeah, I do. I'm still going to brush my teeth and have coffee, but I could totally see me not eating until about 3 p.m. Jeremy's just a little bit too passive for this whole thing. Also, the sister is giving very much Wild Thornberry's vibe. Like she's going to go on safari with her family. I feel for Jeremy because his mom gives me anxiety. She just has the look of a Jewish mom who's going to ask a lot of questions and want answers like yesterday. Just like, have you brushed your teeth today? Have you gone to the dentist? Where are the jeans I bought you 17 years ago? Are you going to contribute to the 401k or not? Is Jenn going to raise the kids Jewish? Do you think you're coming home for the high holidays? Where will you sleep? The guest bedroom is full. Do you think you'll be able to get back to the city in time? You can tell this meeting with the mom isn't going great. Like, Jen's sitting here like, okay, I understood what she meant when she said the word schmutz. I've heard that. What does the word surus mean? We're going to have a lot of surus? Is that something we have to buy at Stu Leonard's? So now they leave the house and they go sit outside on this bench. Jeremy's Jewish mom is way cooler than mine. Mine would be in this doorway with it open, yelling at us, "You sitting outside? Is the Uber coming? She doesn't need a jacket. It's cold outside. Why don't you guys wait in the house?" I'd be like, "Mom, we're talking. We're having the post date chit chat. Chit chat? You got to do more talking? When is the Uber coming? Do they know where we live?" Yeah, that's the whole point. We'd just be fighting in front of her the whole time. Jenn would be like, "Okay, well, good luck with everything. I guess this won't really help us get to Fantasy Suites. I'm a little dry from this whole interaction." So we go to San Diego for Jonathan's date. Jonathan is really showing off the ink. He's got the leg tats. He's got the arm tats. He's like, "I got to show Jenn we ain't at the JCC in Fairfield anymore. Ain't no more Michigas in San Diego." So they're going to have like a lacrosse date. It's almost as if these men are in a competition of who can give her the biggest ick before they go to Fantasy Suites. He's like, "Watch, I'll do a somersault. I know Devin did a skip during your run club date, but I can one-up him on the unfuckable scale." So now after a pretty boring lacrosse date, we go to John's house where Jenn opted for the schoolgirl sweater style crop top. Bold of Jenn. Yeah, I'm going to meet the parents, so I'm going to go dressed as Sarah Michelle Gellar from Cruel Intentions, but more adult and porno-like. So they're outside, and on the inside, this family just looks like they're dealing with each other. This does not look like a family that has a lot of fun conversations. I mean, these two look like they have been fighting for a decade, and they're doing this just for the good of the brother.
You know, until I met him, and then I was like, oh.
So John's brother is married to this woman.
And we said I love you on the third date.
They said I love you on the third date.
7 years.
And the brother doesn't exactly look happy with this story. He's kind of staring into John's eyes, being like, "Don't do it, man. I did it on the third date. Now look at me. I'm stuck. We've got 2 kids. I can never leave the house. She's always asking where I am. Look how tight she's holding my hand. She's squeezing my leg. Her nails are in my knee. For a guy who said I love you on date 3, he is being very protective of his brother making what seems like he would call the same mistake as him. If I'm his wife, I'm like, we have to talk on the way home. Why are you not excited about someone falling in love in the way we did? Even though the brother looks like he's a pastor from Utah, I do think Jenn made the right decision with the schoolgirl crop top, because the mom has a tattoo in a spot that I think only people would get in their second year of prison. Like, I think that is a skull that's on fire. So I think Jenn is okay on the crop top cardigan. So I guess every home has a bench outside, a chit-chat bench, and Jenn making herself very much at home. She's like, yeah, I can put my legs anywhere. Your mom had a tattoo on her neck. If I'm Jonathan, I'm happy I wore black pants, because if that were me, I would have a sweat outline of her legs on my leg after she lifted them up. We're now in Tacoma, Washington to meet Marcus and his family. Why is she meeting him by the local train tracks? Why does every man have her meet him at the scariest place possible? He's like, yeah, just meet me at the tracks. Right by the local heroin dealer. That's Old Man Shaky. I'll be by the river where that woman disappeared. Give me a kiss. It makes no sense. Look at this random bench. He's like, yeah, just take a seat right here. No. Wipe away that needle. Then you can sit. No, we don't need a blanket. Just take a seat. No. Those are little airplane vodkas that the young children drink from. You're good. Don't worry about it. Have a seat. I kind of feel for Marcus. He is a foster kid, and his foster parents aren't coming, and they're meeting at what looks like a juvenile detention center to have, like, Kool-Aid and cookies. A little bit of a different vibe here. This is Ethan, Marcus's personality friend. I mean, that is my least favorite person at any party. What he just said, he's just like, you better let her know what she's walking into, because this group is crazy. We're sitting here having white bread and turkey sandwiches with no cheese. How's she going to handle us? How's she going to handle old Ethan telling his stories about how he went to a movie once and it was kind of funny and he spoke a little too loud? How's she going to handle this group? How's she going to deal with us? We're crazy. So Marcus's sister has a very serious conversation with Jenn. Jenn just can't let someone have their story. She's got to remind people that she's got problems too. But, like, let's not do it to Marcus and his sister. They've got like a...
And I've also been through a lot.
Jenn, please. This guy... His parents left him at school one day and didn't come back. Then they went in the foster program. Then he went to war for the country and got blown up by a grenade. I know you don't get along with your dad, and your ex-boyfriend showed up in Australia because he loved you. But let them have this one. So this was a very heavy hometowns. And apparently, this local Knights of Columbus also has a chit-chat bench outside. I'm going to put outside of my studio apartment a little tiny bench so that I can have little tiny conversations with every girl that stays over. I'll be like, yes, I will find your earring one day. We expect to go to the rose ceremony, but instead they get the boys back together as if it's a Buffalo Wild Wings commercial. I don't know if this is such a good idea. They're like, cheers. We all told her that we're falling for her, and we got our moms emotionally invested. Cheers to falling on her face, probably. Jeremy tries to make light of the situation.
Which one of you is going home?
None of them like the joke.
Yeah, it's not like
Look at Jonathan's like, my sister-in-law told a very passionate story about how she said I love you 3 dates in. I'd like a fun story of my own, thank you very much. Seems like they're boys, but this get-together was ill-advised. Look at, he gives them the finger. Look, he's like, screw you guys. I love her. And they uncomfortably laughed. He's like, this is what a day like could be like for us. And John's like, you had a day like a normal day? Her and I played lacrosse. I haven't played lacrosse since college. Oh, I knew we should have gone to like an Abercrombie and tried on jeans. Marcus tells the boys that he's afraid of having an engagement. He's more open with them than I've ever been with any of my male friends ever. And he's like, you guys feel the same, right? You guys have reservations, right? And then Devin's like, no, I love her. I have no reservations whatsoever.
I don't have any more reservations.
Just totally. No. Gonna be a no from me, dog. I'm in love with her. You better leave.
I can see you there.
Drink your beer, have your wings, and get away from my woman. And then they cheers one another. They're like, cheers to hopefully banging the same woman next week. So we go to the rose ceremony, and you guessed it, the fuzzy shawl is back, baby. Jenn pulling out all the stops. She's like, I never send a man home without wearing a shawl. So Jenn has a chit chat with Jesse, and then he says, may I take your fuzzy shawl? And Jesse, the gentleman that he is, takes the shawl. He's like, you know, you've left about 20 to 30 shawls here over the course of the show. Do you want us to mail those home? I don't think you're going to be able to take them all at once. Just let me know where to ship them. It's going to be expensive. These shawls on their own are pretty heavy, but all 25 of them are really going to cost you.
It felt a little overkill for me. Listen, the shawl brand is scarcity. We appear on big nights, proms, galas, these things and such. To be an every night item, as if we're some sort of clutch, I just think we're better than that. So I hope this doesn't turn us into a schmata that is brought to just any old event. I hope this doesn't ruin our credibility and who we are as a people. And I wish Jenn the best. I want to thank her for her support. Obviously, she's a fan. And I really don't have much more to say on the subject. Honestly, now that you're interviewing me, why don't we put these shawls back in the closet? Come back to us another time.
And the final rose goes to Marcus. So Marcus, Devin, Jonathan, they will all be naked, wrapped in a fuzzy shawl during fantasy suites. Jewish Jeremy gets on the bus home from summer camp. We loved you, Jeremy. It's a shanda. It's time to head home and have some of Mama's brisket. So Jeremy gets brought out to the breakup bench. He looks at Jenn in the eyes and he's like, if it doesn't work out with these guys, you can find me in the West Village at the Spaniard every night of every weekend and at the matzo ball during Christmas Eve. And we're heading to Fantasy Suites Week, and these three men just eye each other up. They're like, let the best coxman win. Devin's like, I better go run with the run club and get myself in shape. And that's it for The Bachelorette. And that's it for me. I will be back next week. Share with a friend. Tell someone about the great show I'm putting on here. Boom.